hook. We used to think a to-do list was enough. Now we know it's a fragile scaffold for a busy mind, easy to collapse under meetings, sudden changes, and the weight of thousands of tiny choices. The cognitive hurdle. The common block we face is decision fatigue. We juggle projects, calendar invites, and last-minute pivots until our cognitive bandwidth is exhausted. Working memory is limited. The prefrontal cortex gets taxed, and small choices, should I reschedule this call, which email needs reply now, add up into paralysis. That's the panic point. We don't need more tools. We need reduced friction and a way to offload routine decisions so our brains can do creative, high-value thinking. The psychological why. There's biology behind this. Executive function is costly. Every micro-decision consumes willpower and triggers dopamine loops that reward immediate answers, which can lead to cortisol spikes when things pile up. We're built for social collaboration. Sharing cognitive load with another person lightens the burden and makes adaptation faster. Collaborative AI mimics that social dynamic. When an assistant takes on predictable choices, we experience neural unloading, freeing bandwidth for strategy, empathy, and creative problem solving. It's not outsourcing thinking, it's redistributing cognitive work with executive support. The low-friction pivot. The simplest pivot is voice-first, conversational capture paired with AI prioritization. Speaking your reminders and roles is lower activation energy than typing. Voice is a flow state. An assistant that understands natural language can parse dates, context, and intent without a lot of setup. Start small and let the system learn. How this looks in practice. Shared calendars that learn your patterns, nudging meetings into optimal focus blocks. Voice-driven task triaging, where you speak a reminder and it's parsed, tagged, and scheduled for you. In both cases, you keep the strategic decisions and the assistant handles the repetitive triage. A practical 5-step framework to begin co-designing your workflow. Define the repetitive tasks you want to offload. Map your decision rules in plain language. Choose a conversational AI that learns from feedback. Test with one small workflow, then iterate and expand. Correct the assistant immediately when it missteps, so the feedback loop mirrors how we train human teammates. Best practices we've found. Use simple, consistent language so the assistant recognizes your key terms. Schedule short weekly audits to keep rules aligned. Prefer nudges instead of rigid alarms to protect psychological safety. And embrace delays when life interferes. Ask the assistant to reschedule so the fallout doesn't sit in your head. Common concerns and how to address them. Protect your privacy by choosing tools with strong security and encryption policies. Avoid overdependence by reserving uninterrupted focus windows without AI interruptions so your creative system stays sharp. And expect mild initial friction. The first week often feels slower, but the assistant learns quickly and the payoff is rapid. Why this matters for neurodiverse professionals. Context-aware reminders, real-time structuring, and adaptive nudges reduce barriers to sustained attention. These features aren't cosmetic. They're practical supports that increase intentionality and preserve cognitive bandwidth. Looking ahead, collaborative assistants could soon detect burnout patterns, suggest micro breaks, summarize meeting transcripts, and draft follow-ups automatically. That future means more consistent follow-through and less mental clutter. Close. If you're curious to experiment, start with one routine and use voice-first capture plus small decision rules. For a step-by-step version of this framework and real-world examples, read the full article linked on our site. Give collaborative AI a chance to act as your second brain, not to take control, but to co-design a workflow that protects your mental energy and boosts your focus.